over here I got the Tom's V1 taillights for the BRZ, and over here got the stock 2013s. So these guys over here are going to get chromed out, which is awesome because it's probably one of my favorite taillight setups once these are chromed. In the past I put a video on how to chrome these stock taillights, and then also the stock 2017 post facelift BRZ taillights. This one, just by looking at it, should be the easiest. I haven't done Tom's yet, but I think it's gonna be the easiest because it looks the exact same size as this, which is good. So this lens can go on top of this perfectly. On the inside behind the red lens, it's already literally all chrome, so just like white, black, gray colors. So that's awesome. It should literally be a cut from here, and then seal this back up on top, this cover on top of this one. I just want to make this video because, you know, it'll be a little more visually helpful for some people who want to follow and do this. It is literally going to be pretty much the same video when I chrome these out, except for skipping one step of chroming out all the red bits. But just so it's just a little more helpful, I thought I might as well re-record it with these actual taillights, so you can actually see me cut it and then seal it up again. Before chopping them up, I'm gonna throw them on the car so I have a before and after of how they look. What I like to do is just start off with cleaning the clears on the stock taillight so you can seal it. It's a little dirty, but I'll clean it up, and then I like to just tape over it so while I'm doing all the cutting, this doesn't get scratched up. When you're doing cuts, pretty much how I do all the taillights, even in the previous videos, there's a little line that you can follow, and I use that, just put the cutting wheel right against that, and then use that as a guide. So these are the Toms over here, and the only difference I'm doing compared to stock, just when I get to this curved edge, just because I'm not exactly sure what it looks like underneath, I try to stay a bit outside this line, because it's just looking through this side, it looks like that inner part or the inner light is like pretty close to that. So just in case, I'm going on the outside. This is the last light left. I literally did all of the other ones, so this is the stock one I have wrapped up. It's all cut out all around. The only thing that's left is this inner section, which I have to do a little differently, but I did all of the others. You can see the Toms. So all around, basically like stock. These molds are basically exactly the same shape as the stock one, so the same lines. And then coming here, it's hard to tell because it's a mess after you cut it, but I did go slightly above or beyond the line, and then the rest is the same. And then again, I still have to do this section. I'm just keeping that for the end. The hope is that if I follow the same line on both the taillights, they should match up pretty easily, but it should be close. Before completely cutting it, I just kind of scored the line that I'm going to cut through, just to show you what I'm following. This corner, it starts in this corner, go here, follow that edge, and you'll have a pretty distinct line over here all the way till this corner. And then this corner, there's a little transition into this inner line. There's a slight drop, and that's what I follow. And then here there's a weird bump that I just kind of cut across diagonally, and then come here, and then it goes up a little slope, and then follow this outside line all the way to here. Now this part with the soldering iron takes a little bit of a while, and I kind of hate using the soldering iron, but it's just one of the easier ways to do it. I got my fan and filter here just so I'm not breathing in all that burning plastic. I can take the tape off the lens now, just so when I'm putting it in and sealing it up, I can kind of watch and see that it's all positioned right. I make sure nothing falls in there before I actually completely seal it. just place it into the lens in a good spot. So I'm gonna just take the soldering iron and then just like tack up a couple places just so it kind of holds where I want it. Got the first lens all tacked up. You can see it hit a bunch of spots all around, just pretty much enough for it to hold itself. And now I'm going to go with the sealant all around and cover pretty much everything. Both of these are totally sealed now. Went all around, went over a couple times because I did it once and checked it again, looked for small holes and then filled it up again. So I went over like 2 or 3 times just to make sure. So now these are just going to go on the car and can kind of test them out over a couple days, see if any of the humidity or rain gets in, but it should be good. And then just like the past videos, I show how I usually check for holes. So I just kind of put a light underneath and then you can kind of see the light coming through any of the holes. So like there's no hole here, but it kind of looks like in the camera, but like it usually looks like that. You'll see like a bright spot, but yeah, that's just in the camera, some reflection. But these are good to go. And honestly, these are one of the better looking chrome taillights I think on the BRZ. I'll throw them on the car and then I'll do some like before and after shots. Chrome toms are on the car. Looks pretty good. I think these honestly look a little better on like a black or white car. I haven't cleaned the outside of it properly yet, but I don't think it comes up on the camera, so it should be fine. But I'm happy with these. The fitment came out perfect, like follows the lines perfectly, which is great. And they look pretty OEM. So that's pretty much it. These are the V1 toms on the BRZ chromed out. Honestly, after seeing the comparison during editing, I think I like the red better on the red car, but I think this would look a lot better on a white BRZ or a black BRZ. And if you're trying to do this, it's actually one of the easier ones to do, so if you think about going for it, it shouldn't be too bad of a job.